Happy Thursday, everyone. Indeed, indeed. I hope everyone is having a okay Thursday. I had a pretty packed day. I too am looking forward to veggies. Why don't I just start prepping veggies since we know we're going to be eating them anyway? I'm probably not going to turn on the oven tonight just because I feel like we could probably do everything on the stovetop. Say hi to Dave. Dave is doing swell. I think Dave is very nice and bubbly. Dave is rising beautifully. Was that a bubble, Dave? Dave is full on delicious apple cider vinegar right now. That smells 100% like apple cider vinegar. Dave is doing really well. I don't know if I want to keep feeding Dave, and I honestly don't know if I want to make bread, so I think I might just chuck Dave in the fridge and just let him hibernate. What do you guys think? Can I do that to Dave? Can I send him into the refrigerator? Del, you can make Dave, Del. You saw a pinch bowl of really gross flour, a little bit of water. What shall we make? Oh, yes, 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 yes. This butternut squash is like close to a month old now. I also have some really huge Brussels sprouts that I bought over the last weekend. They were 99 cents a pound. They are beautiful. We're gonna rinse some of these babies off. We're just gonna pan roast them. I love pan roasted Brussels sprouts. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of whatever you want in there, and then it's delicious, nutty, slightly forty, and really good for you. Guys, I've been keeping these basil in this setup where it's like stem in water and then plastic bag over them to keep them moist, and they are moist, but a lot of the leaves are starting to mold. Actually, so we're gonna try to use some of this basil tonight. I'm not sure why some leaves are moldy. You let me know. You let me know. Yeah, maybe a paper towel. Brussels sprouts taste kind of like cabbage, farts, and nuts. Leave it in the fridge without the bag. Sometimes that blackens them, you know? Alright, I'm going to rinse off maybe about a pound of Brussels. I think most of the moldy leaves were actually already detached from the stem, so maybe they were just like kind of dying already. Very strange. I've never seen this happen before. They either wilt or blacken, but I've never seen them mold while still on the stem. It's very confusing. Very confusing time for all, including basil, it seems. What are we saying? What are we saying? I'm going to peel off the sticker and I'm going to rinse this too. And I was thinking of making a like butternut parm situation, but stovetop only, and just searing them really nicely and then layering them with our tomato sauce And then I do have a little bit of Mott's and Parms, so if we do want to layer on some cheese, we can do that. So, that's what I'm thinking. Cumin and salt sounds amazing. Ooh! Sorry guys. Small kitchen. Small kitchen. Everything's falling apart. Annie Hall vibes. I've had this turtleneck for a very long time. My mom bought it for me probably on sale for like under $5. And then I hated the sleeves because they were getting loose. You know how the spandex in your clothes loosen over time, and then I couldn't keep them up, and I was in the kitchen all the time, so I asked my grandma, who was like really bored at home and not very mobile, can you trim off the leaves for me? And so she did, and this is kind of like my favorite length of sleeves, where it just meets the very top of my waist, so she trimmed that for me. And then I found these shorts that are just like a size and a half too small, so I'm just like sucked in right now. But they were $5 at the Salvation Army, but everything was 50% off. So they were $2.50, baby. All right. And that's my fashion show of the day. Thanks for tuning in. I really wish we could play songs or music. Ooh, sturdy butternut squash. That usually means it's a very good squash. Del, what did you buy at Trader Joe's? Tell me so I can live vicariously through you. I miss Trader Joe's so much. Kylie Minogue. I simply cannot believe how good this butternut squash looks and feels after a whole month in my kitchen. It's amazing. I'm very glad. Sometimes you cut open a butternut squash and you can see that the color in it is not very rich. The flesh doesn't look very creamy. It almost looks very like dotty. And that's when you know that you got like a really flavorless butternut squash. And that is usually when I get very sad. So I'm hoping I didn't jinx myself, and I'm hoping that this butternut squash actually tastes fantastic. Because it looks like it would taste fantastic. But sometimes you simply don't know until you actually eat it. Looks can be deceiving, and most often are, guys. Except alpacas. Alpacas are always great. So I also heard that Trader Joe and all these are the same parent company, but are they actually in the US? Or are they, did they used to be that way in like Europe somewhere? I feel like Erin told me that origin story once upon a time. I just don't know if they're managed by the same company in the US anymore. Somebody fact check us so that we're not spreading fake news. Do you guys think we have enough butternut squash yet? I have like 4 of these pieces. I think we do. I think we do. I'm gonna start cooking them. Plop you down a little bit. Here you go. Turn our pan up. Put a little olive oil, which, ooh, I think we're gonna have to refill now. I bought this huge chug of olive oil. This was $21.55 at Mediterranean Foods in Astoria. Not a bad deal. It tastes pretty good, and it comes, the site is all in Greek, and says, created by nature, improved by tradition, perfected by human ingenuity. And it is Central Cooperative Union of Olive Products in Greece, approved product of Greece, from Greece. It's great, it tastes pretty good. $21.55, not a bad deal, and we've been going through it. So if you ever buy one of these, and you ever feel like your flow out of this container is highly unsmooth, and like it does the glug 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 thing on you where you just feel like it spurts out randomly, what you need to do is to take a sharp but also not prized knife, and you need to poke an air hole in it. And once you poke an air hole in it, that's going to allow your airflow to come out very smoothly and make for a much better pour. This is probably getting too hot. We're going to turn that down while I refill this olive oil. For all to see, very exciting content as always. I go slow, I go gradually, I go patient, and I try to make sure that the stream of olive oil is not covering the whole entire opening of the bottle, because that's when there's congestion and then all the olive oil is like, ah, we're stuck. And you have oil pouring all over your hands and the bottle and your countertop, and you're like, well, damn, now I have to clean that up. So just go slow, go steady. Guys, we didn't knock the bowl. We gotta do our bowl. We gotta do our bowl. This is very soothing though. Is this meditative for anyone else? Refilling an olive oil? Okay, that's enough. My hands are tired. We went about halfway up the bottle. Good enough. And then I close, I push it down, and I seal back my air hole with a piece of tape so that there's no dust, and we can reduce a little bit of oxidization that way. Now that I feel like people think it's okay to travel again, the flight path above us is getting busy again. In the past year during the pandemic, we've noticed significant drops in air traffic, but this week it has been picking back up. And I guess, is it good that we're going back to normal? I don't know. Is it good? I don't know. I really don't know. Erin, do you think it's good we're going back to normal? No. Yeah, no. But I'm getting used to it. Every time I see someone without a mask in a show, I'm like, what are you doing? This is our reality now. Alright, last one was a little little bit finicky, but I don't know. They're about various thicknesses, 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch maybe. Looks about right. Turn my heat up a little bit. We'll just let them go. We'll do lots of oily sears today, I guess. It'll give me plenty of time to read comments or try to. Yeah, it's not really back to usual here yet, but there's a lot of air traffic, and I feel like people think the vaccine is getting rolled out. Apparently we're all supposed to get it by May 1st. Are we actually? Who knows? But I think people psychologically feel like it's okay to start behaving normally now, whatever that means. It's I'm not feeling optimistic about that, but whatever. It is probably way easier to just roast these, huh guys? If I roast them, I can do a whole tray, or even 2 at a time. I can also roast seeds, I guess. Guys, this is gonna take forever. We're gonna turn on the oven. I can't avoid it. 375. So, guess it wouldn't hurt. They got nice and oiled now, and I'll just plop them into the pan, get them oiled, and then plop them on the sheet tray, I guess. And then we'll slide them into the oven. I'm going to put the thicker pieces on the edge of the pan because the edge of the pan gets hotter, and I'm going to put the smaller, thinner pieces in the middle. And I might even just like double stack them or overlap them a little bit because that way they won't burn. Especially when I made very irregular cuts, it might lead to a lot more burning. See, now you can see that my knife skills are not that great, guys. Knife skills are hard to attain, dude. Nothing like hands in the kitchen. It's always better with hands. This is a very strange angle, isn't it? Very strange angle. Guys, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to salt all of these. So I guess we'll just salt one side of them. And I also have this leftover sugar from bruleeing my butter mochi, so I think I'm gonna sprinkle some of our butternut squash with some sugar too before they go into the oven. I'm feeling okay, Beth. Feeling a little bit better, but I did get kind of emotional again today, which is fine. It'll just pop in and out. With everything happening all at once, work, politics, humans being stupid and hurtful, you know, it's inevitable to feel like shit. And we'll just have to allow for that to be part of our routine now, unfortunately. That too is part of growing up, I guess, realizing that we do want to see change, but it will not happen at the pace that we want to see it at, and we just have to meet ourselves where we can meet ourselves. I am unideally layering everything together, but it'll be fine. Some of them will get roastier than others, and that too is fine. Even layer of salt all over everyone. And then we'll go over with a little bit of sugar. Make sure we get the clumps out of the sugar first. Go. I'm hoping this will help them caramelize, and if the butternut squash is already not in like tip-top shape and not as sweet, this will help it, give it a little bit sweetness. I think I have maybe at max a tablespoon of sugar in here, so just a little touch of sweetness. And maybe we'll save some for our sauce later, just a little bit left. I think the middle ones need a little more salt. There we go. We're gonna go into our 375-degree oven. And we'll set a timer for maybe, I don't know, let's go 15 for now. They are quite thin, so maybe they won't take that long. And we'll move on to our Brussels. They are so beautiful. They're big, they're beautiful. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to pat them dry a little bit with a paper towel. Don't worry guys, I will be reusing this paper towel until it falls apart and looks disgusting. But I'm mostly doing this to avoid the water splattering up at me when I'm cooking them on the stovetop with a lot of oil. I just don't feel like getting jabbed in the eyeball with frying oil right now. It's pretty late at night. It's too much excitement for me to handle. Soy sauce and maple syrup. Yeah, Soul Traveler. Did you recommend that to me on Instagram? Because somebody else did as a response to my stories. What I'll do is I'll just flop them upside down on my stovetop, which is going to get quite hot while the oven is on, and the paper towel will just dry itself out. And I'm going to take some of our less desirable basil leaves, and I'm just going to toss them in the stir fry too, why not? I'm just keeping things pretty simple, but yeah, you could flavor Brussels sprouts like in so many different ways, guys. What I do is I just trim off a little bit of this. It can be a little tough, it can be a little gritty, it can be just a little bit undesirable, but I don't trim off too much. And these leaves that fall off, these are the best. They get so crispy in the pan. Okay. There we go. We'll put all of our prepped veggies on here. These are so big, guys. This is my hand, okay? So I'm just going to probably quarter them. And that is one Brussels. This is so big. Wow, I chunked this boy into 5 pieces because just incredible. I don't know what they fed these Brussels, but they're big boys. Do you like Brussels sprouts, Aaron?
Oh, they're fine. I used to like them a lot.
I remember. You used to buy the Trader Joe's frozen ones a lot. I think they were like $1 a bag in the freezer aisle.
Yeah.
Those were the days, guys. Those were the days. The crunch Brussels make? Yeah. Very satisfying, sturdy, earthy crunch. A very stabilizing crunch, if you will. It does not demand attention, but it is here. It exists. One pound of beautiful, beautiful sprouts. Potentially the most beautiful Brussels sprouts. Hi, Leah. I don't know how to say your first name because there's so many different ways of pronouncing that name, but welcome. Thanks for watching. Are you asking me what vegetables you eat on a regular basis, Lee? Whatever vegetables make you happy. Whatever vegetables make you love vegetables even more. Whatever vegetables make you love yourself even more. Whatever vegetables make you so freaking happy that you get to eat them. That's something that you have to go on a journey for yourself, my dude. Or my gal, or as Kenji says, my non-binary pals. Non-binary pals. Some words my mouth just doesn't want to put together, and I just go like, blah, 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 you know? That's fine. One day I'll get it. A little bit of olive oil. The more the merrier when it comes to making Brussels sprouts, because you want to get that crunchy golden goodness. And yes, if you're afraid of fats, or you're on some kind of dietary restriction that doesn't allow you to consume a lot of added fats, I'm so sorry. But they are delicious. Fat is delicious. I do love them so much. Look at that sleek ass pan. It's like the better Black Mirror, wouldn't you say? Stuff that comes out of this Black Mirror tastes way better than stuff that comes out of this Black Mirror. Once the oil is nice and hot, we are just gonna, it's not that hot yet. Once the oil gets a little bit hotter, we'll plop everything in. We'll be happy together. And I'll keep picking out some bad basil. Oh, it's sizzling. It's sizzling. We're going in. You ready for this sound? yeah, we are ready for that sound. Can I just say there is no better feeling than having fresh laundry, and Aaron did that today while I sat for 5.5 hours in union bargaining, and I am so thankful for him for doing all the laundry because I just feel so unburdened now. All that's left to do is to clean my house for 3 hours this weekend. One step at a time. The work never ends. You just gotta chunk it and make it manageable. And I like to hit my vegetables with a little bit of salt when they go right in because that way it'll start helping you draw some moisture out. Pepper. Always good in this. And I just want a little bit of smokiness today. Just a little. Paprika. I think acts of service is my love language. Whoever said that was my love language, you're probably right. I rank very lowly on physical touch, and I also rank very lowly on words of affirmation, I think. And I also rank pretty lowly on gifts. Unless it's a purple titanium sport, then it is super high on my list. We're just gonna get nice and happy with that. I'll keep picking out my basil. I didn't add any MSG. Should I add MSG? I know that I love MSG, guys, but MSG is not always necessary, especially when you have Brussels sprouts this good. But we'll taste it first, and if it needs a little hum, then we'll add some MSG in there, okay? I know it shocks you, but I don't use MSG all of the time. All I really want is to let people know that unless you're extremely allergic to monosodium glutamate or free glutamates, you probably won't get cancer or die from just MSG. You might get cancer or die from eating unwashed, pesticide-laden apples. But, you know, choose your poison. Like I always say, life is dying. You choose how you go out. And if you're under the illusion that you'll never die, I mean, maybe one day that'll be reality, but why would you want it to be? Do you really want to live here forever? Be honest. Do you? Have you looked at all of this? guys, you can use the stems of basils, you know, if they're not rotten like some of mine are. Just chop it up real fine so that they don't taste as fibrous. You kind of want to go against the stalk and just make them a little bit more manageable. But yeah, you totally can. Just eat them. They're a vegetable. I wouldn't consider going into politics. No, I would literally die within 2 months. I think we need a little more oil, guys. They're blackening and they're not browning. If you ever wonder why your stuff doesn't get golden enough, it's probably because you ain't got enough fat in there. You gotta put a little more cushion for the pushing in there for it to get nice and golden and delicious. Ermigerd. 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 Oh yeah, I forgot who it was, but somebody answered to my Instagram story today that it's their birthday, and if you're watching, happy cake day. I hope you had a good one. I hope you're having a good one. I hope you're gonna eat a lot more cake. And I hope you let us know what cake you had. My pan's too small, y'all. Small pan. Sad toss. Nope. I put too much in there. Also, these babies are just so big. All right, timer's going off for 15 minutes. Let's take a look-see. Not quite there. That's what 15 minutes look like. I think we're gonna keep going, but we're gonna give them a little flip. They're getting nice and tender though. They're getting nice and delicious. Yes, very good. Very good. I think another 15 minutes. And we'll be there. And we'll have extravaganza of vegetables and happiness. And we shall delight in the world. We shall delight in our own self-made therapies. Affordable, accessible nourishment. Whatever that may mean for you. Try your best to give yourself some nourishment that makes you less miserable and perhaps just a little bit happier, thankful, and calm. Because nobody else will give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. Anybody else having a hard time learning how to be kind to yourself? If you have some hints and tips and recs on how to be kinder to yourself, drop them. Drop them into the comments. Let us know your secret. Our first cookbook, collaborative cookbook together will be How to Be Less Miserable. an interesting tenor. Woo! My dish rack is throwing a mini protest. All right. I'm gonna start turning the heat down. The Brussels look like they're getting nice and tender. They look like they're getting a little bit translucent towards the heart. And the green is a very nice, vibrant green. It's no longer frosty looking. It's very saturated and enriched looking. And a lot of my Brussels are starting to look pretty blistery and at least a little bit golden. So turn the heat down and just let that crust keep developing a little bit more. And we'll be feasting soon, guys. Wow, look at this hunk. Look at this bachelor. Who's he going home with tonight? Me? That's who. So usually when I make like a pizza sauce or like a very quick marinara thing, I just take some crushed tomatoes, canned, and I grate a clove of garlic in there. I add a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, maybe some onion or garlic powder if you didn't put fresh garlic in there. And then, you know, if you want Italian seasoning, not necessary. And that's it, that's my sauce. So I'm gonna, woo, sorry guys. Still very chaotic tonight. I'm going to go grab a clove of garlic. Ta-da! And how do you peel garlic, you say? Well, I chop off the end, the stem end, where it's a little bit, you know, tough, fibrous. And I take that off. And then what I do with the rest of the clove, this is easier on a smaller clove, is I take both ends and I kind of twist it in opposite directions, kind of like screwing a bottle cap almost. And I just torque it a little bit until it feels like the garlic clove is a little bit bruised. And then either it falls if it's already started drying, or you can see that it flakes off a little bit easier. And you basically loosened it from the skin. And that's your naked garlic clove. How to undress a garlic clove 101. And since I don't really want to dirty another bowl, I'm going to toss our remaining sugar in here, straight in. Ta-da! I'm going to tap in a little bit of kosher salt, eyeball it. You can always add more later. Ta-da! Then I'm just going to start grating in this huge clove of garlic. Is our Brussels burning? Possibly. Am I okay with some burnt Brussels? Possibly. Alright, this garlic clove is slipping from my fingers, so I'm just going to toss it in here. Goodbye. Farewell. Scrape in my grated garlic. All in, guys, all in. Get your flavor butts in there. Yep, yep. doing, buds? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, nice and charry. Nice and charry. Has the smell-o-vision reached you yet? It smells like nutty farts, is what it smells like. You love it, don't lie. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the heat, and I'm gonna let them sit in there, and I'm gonna go pee, guys. I'm sorry. I drank too much water. I got very nervous during the union bargaining, and I just kept drinking water. Now I have to pee. I'll see you in a few. Behave. Hi, I'm back. Did you guys enjoy Aaron? Did you guys enjoy planes? Do I drink alcohol? If that question is directed at me, no, not really. I'll taste it. I don't really drink though. Guys, I'm so excited. We're going to dump these Brussels out of this pan. Oh, you can't see, can you? There you go. You gotta get that push shot in there. Delicious. Delicious. I think what you also need is a close-up, no? Every last bit. I'm turning off my oven. I'm gonna let the carryover heat carry through. I'm gonna pull you back. Oh my God, this tripod, seriously. Please stay. Please. Oh, guys, it's an eternal struggle. One of these days, my phone is just gonna legit fall off of this tripod, and then you're gonna hear me curse, and then you're gonna hear me cry. I'm just telling you, it's coming, so. I do want to eat one of these. Spring starts on Saturday. Alpaca poop makes hearty Brussels? What? Mm. I think we're gonna put some MSG in there. No, it's actually really delicious. I think it needs a little more salt. Oh, hot. Hot. Mm. Vegetables. Vegetables are so good, y'all. Especially these Brussels sprouts. Man. I should have bought like 10 pounds. I should have bought 10 pounds of them. Mmm. There's our little nub of barely cooked garlic with, I don't know, 20 or so grains of kosher salt, very lightly sprinkled on there. I don't know if you can see, it looks like grits, it looks like sand. One of you proposed me doing this like a YouTuber. I don't think that helps, guys. I think my camera's just shit. But there you have it, garlic, salt, Brussels, a little bit of smoked paprika, lots of olive oil. One happy June. Tomato sauce. We're just gonna stir. That garlic was pungent, y'all. Mmm. Barely cooked. Barely cooked. I'm gonna need one more Brussels sprout for that one. Eating with your hands, underrated. Underrated. Are we ready to see the butternut squashies? Wow, my stove's a mess. It's finally dirty, guys. Are you happy? Are you happy? Wow. Who cares about butternut squash when you have Brussels? Who? Not me. I dare say that is perfection, my darlings. Blistery, slightly dehydrated, curly edges. You just know that that center is tender. Tender, tender, tender. Okay. I'm gonna put this down because it was hot. I feel very high energy right now, and I think it's because vegetables are giving me true life, true life. All right, we're gonna bend down. We are going to get my dry paper towel out of there, and we shall assemble some things. Actually, not much to assemble here because we don't have that many layers. You know what? How should we do this? I want to heat it up a little bit. All right, we're going to assemble it like so. Aaron, will you join me in like 8 minutes to eat?
I might.
You might. You're not hungry?
I might.
Okay. And then we'll go in with a little bit of tomato, like so. Mmm. Yum, 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 yum. And then I'll just pop up the heat a little bit, just a little bit, to get that tomato sauce warmed up a little bit. The butternut squash, oh my god. Guys, I don't know if you can see this right now, but this part is like translucent under the light. And this part is golden and toasty. And crunchy. And this part is tender, and you know it's gonna be creamy. delightful. I don't even want to put this in. I just want to eat it. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yup. This is a very measly butternut squash parm. As it goes, a little bit more of our mock marinara that took no time at all. I'm going to turn the heat down even lower. And maybe we'll get some cheese action going. Aaron, I'm going to use some of your mozz that you cut.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. We got some mozz here that Aaron already cut up into sticks. I guess that's what his chicken tendy loving self likes to eat. I don't think they're gonna get melted at this rate, so I'm just gonna plop some around the corner and I'm gonna wait for them to melt into the crust, into a nice little crunchy golden dress of sorts, a little accoutrement, if you will. And if you don't have mozz, well, just don't use it, I guess. Or whip up some cashew cream, or you can even do some boiled cauliflower. Wow. What a random dish. We got some freshly grated parm here that I used on my pizza rice. I never buy the stuff that comes in the green jars because they're not actually, they're like 80% wood fiber, guys. Wood fiber. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Why would you want to eat wood fiber, huh? You don't. So if you can skip the convenience, which I know not all folks have the ability to, I recommend you get a real block of parm and you shave it yourself, and then you eat like half the block while you're shaving it, and you tell no one, and you enjoy it. Guys, my tripod. Oh my Jesus. I'm gonna have to hold this in place now. What a fail. What a fail. Well, sorry for the image. Sorry for the close-up. How's my skin look, guys? Close-up on my skin. Okay. I think we're... Sorry. It's gonna fall again. Sorry. Now I'm wondering what to do with this beautifully greased pan. Do I lick it? What do I can't just let that oil go to waste. That oil came all the way from Greece, guys. It traveled a long ass way. You know what I'll do? I'll take my Brussels Okay? And I'll just do this. Alright? And now we got some nice and shiny Brussels. This one's for you who didn't make it in time. We've been hitting this bowl a lot. It's not really prayer time anymore. It's just listen to the beautiful, beautiful bowl. This sheet pan grease is so delicious. There's like residual salt and sugar on here and oil that's been heated to 375 degrees. Oh my God. If Aaron doesn't come to eat any of this, I guess you'll just have to watch me eat all of this. Obviously, leave if you want, but this will just be an inadvertent vegetable mukbang. I don't have bread. I do have my soda bread from yesterday. Guys, are you all eating with me or not? Who's eating with me? And what are you eating? Can you let me know, please? We're gonna make a little basil wrap, okay? We're gonna take a bigger basil. Basil. Swipe it on the tray. All right? Swipe it so that you get all that goodness off of that tray until it's nice and shiny with flavor, okay? And then you're gonna layer your Brussels very gently, like so, okay? We're at a 5-star Michelin. It only goes up to 4 stars, but we're at a 5-star Michelin. And you're gonna lay this semi-moldy, there you go, now no longer moldy basil leaf on top. There you have it. This one is a hand-picked basil with extremely local Long Island Brussels sprout, quartered and lovingly seared, and this will cost you only $21 with an additional $57 optional truffle addition. Enjoy. What do you think I should charge for this dish at my pop-up? It has really cheap mozzarella, fairly imported Parmesan, butternut squash that is almost a month old, topped with some 2-minute canned tomato marinara, and we'll top it with a little bit of basil. What do you think? Is it worth like, wow, $18.50 per Christ. You guys are sharks. Wow. This is why I can't afford to go out to eat. Y'all making the menus, y'all making it inaccessible. And here I am stuck at home eating trash food. All thanks to you. This cheese is nice and bubbly. You can see that this part of my pan is the hotter part of my pan, and therefore what I'm going to do is do that. So that that part gets melty too. Nice gentle heat. We're not trying to burn the squash here, we're just trying to let it cook. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and prep this butternut for later use. Maybe I'll make like a lentil mush tomorrow with this remaining butternut squash. What are your favorite comfort foods, guys? Because yesterday when I wasn't feeling well, I went back to my OG banana and peanut butter, and I finished off like, I don't know, half a jar of peanut butter with like 5 bananas. That's actually not too bad on my most depressed days. But I'm wondering what your favorite foods are that make you feel better. Someone say shrimp crackers? Wow. Fries. Okay, noodles, salty corn chips. Super watery congee. Okay, I love all of these. Mac and cheese, classic. A part of a donut, yes. Vegemite. You know what? I've never developed my taste for Vegemite, and I think it's because the first time I ever had it, I just had way too much of it. And I get it. It's kind of like eating a whole chunk of like fermented bean curd, you know? That was my bad. I need to give it a try. Do you guys ever cook any dishes with Vegemite added in it? How else can you use Vegemite besides just on toast? Tell me, teach me your ways. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Wow. Okay. Alright, probably shouldn't have touched that. Now I just made the problem worse. Story of my life. Story of my life. Wow. Wow, guys. This thing is falling apart. What did I expect? All kinds of wonky here, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. This cheese is getting nice and melty. I have my butternut squash carved. I'm gonna have it, I'm gonna seed it, I'm gonna save the seeds, and yes, I still have the seeds from last week and they're probably dry AF, but we're still gonna roast them. See? Seeds from last week, as promised, dry AF. I'm starting to smell the cheese. You know it's good when you start to smell the cheese. Smell that cheese. All right. Half scoop. You love eggs steamed on the espresso nozzle? What? What is this sorcery? Yes, warm cheese is the best. If I shut up, you can hear it sing. Please come closer so you can hear them sing. Did somebody say I'm drunk? I am drunk on nutty farts. Linda, you know me too well. Truly. Truly drunk on nutty farts. Oh, you're drunk. But I'm also drunk. We can all be drunk, guys. It's nice once in a while to be drunk. It's nice once in a while to be not you. Oh my lord, that cheese is looking delicious. Delicious. Queso, love my life. Have you come to eat, my dear?
I have. It smells nice. It smells like eggplant parmesan.
Grab your plate.
Okay.
Oh, you took a look at it and you decided you wanted some?
How would I know?
I don't know.
I came into the room having decided I wanted some.
Aaron, I think this tripod is like dying. But wait, I want to
does look
see.
good.
They say hi, Aaron.
Wasn't this supposed to be veggie night? That just looks like a mound of cheese.
It
Not
is.
that I'm complaining.
It is a mound of cheese. And why are you complaining? Are you gonna eat with a fork?
Sure.
Okay. Y'all ready for this? Dun 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 dun. I'm feeling very weird tonight, guys. Not gonna lie.
Are you feeling better than yesterday, though?
Absolutely.
Nice. What are the orange discs?
They're butternut squash. Do you want more?
Yes.
How much more?
All of it. None for you, all for me. Aaron, the bad guy.
Are you the bad guy?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like pepperonis. Or salami.
Are you excited for pepperonis?
I am. June, this is beautiful. It's amazing you just whipped this all up out of like thin air.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, I see a salad of sorts.
Well, those are Brussels, which you're
Okay.
welcome to have.
Brussels salad.
Party farts. Y'all, I present to you butternut squash parm with melty cheese, gooey layers, and some very fresh, not moldy, basil. Okay? Alright? Yes, we will add on the spicy. We'll let Aaron handle that himself. Here you go. That'll be $18,
beautiful.
please.
Well, I'm sure in New York again, aren't I?
You sure are.
Yeah.
Good tomato sauce. I mean, come to the camera and I shall give you some red pepper flakes, my child. Up.
June, this is amazing. I honestly love this. I love that you sliced the butternut squash so thin, so that they're like discs, you know?
They are discs.
They're not squishy.
I like how far you are from the camera.
Well, I don't know how to. You always position at short people height, so it's always weird for me.
Okay.
To,
I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Mozzarella.
You
Mozzarella.
you fixed my main complaint about butternut squash, which is, you know, it being like a mushy root vegetable.
It is still a mushy root vegetable.
But because they're so thin, they have a lot more, you know, crispiness and bite. It's not just a mush pile.
But it is a mush pile.
It's great.
Precarious bite for precarious people. We got one butternut squash half hanging on by a loose thread of its outside fibers. We got a little smudge of melted mozz. We're going on with a little few baby leaves of basil. Open wide, guys. Okay. I'll eat it for you since you can't. You're welcome. You can pay me back next time.
June, I honestly love this. It's amazing you made this with just whatever you found in the fridge. Because I looked in the fridge many times today wondering where food was and couldn't find any and gave up. I was just going to starve. But you always make it happen.
So are you saying that you would actually just starve?
No, I would end up going to Shake Shack.
What would you get at Shake Shack?
Everything. It's awesome.
Would you rather have this or Shake Shack?
Shake Shack. It's the
There you have it, folks.
best burger in the country. People can fight me on that.
Art.
What's better? Five Guys? In-N-Out? What are you going to say?
Honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. They serve it on a Martin's potato roll, which automatically gives you higher points, you know? Pickle asks, would you rather have this or soap?
That's not going to be a meme. I'm not letting that be the meme for...
Shut it down, guys.
There needs to
Shut
be
it down.
I'm already shutting it down. Literally, June having invented something in her brain about something I said is not going to be a meme that follows me for the rest of my life.
Erin has not eaten soap, guys. That was my bad, okay? Okay, now we're doing a butternut squash parm basil wrap. This will also be on our tasting menu, and it will only be $2 because nothing makes sense.
This was awesome, June. Thank you. Truly loved it.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching me eat vegetables. Thank you for cooking along, if you cooked along. I hope you feed yourself delicious and good things. I hope you feel warm and happy inside. I hope you lick the grease off of your baking pans next time. It is wonderful. Erin.
Yeah? What up? Bowl time.
Today, we will use the microplane